Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are back in Middle Earth, and Miss Medriel is on her way back to the camp at Parth Galen. And today I chose to take a slow ride because why not? I kind of wanted to enjoy the scenery real quick. Although, I guess we've seen it a few times. So, it's a quick ride. We're actually almost there. And something I don't get to do much. Usually we're always rushing here, there, the other place in the game. Sometimes it's nice to just get on a slow horse and enjoy the scenery. You know? Of course, we'll get there soon enough, and then we'll see about finishing off any quests that we have there. I think we're getting fairly close to the end of this area. Nice mountains. Now this area has probably some of the better mountains in the game. They're still a little janky looking, considering the game is like, what, almost 19 years old now? They don't look that bad. Though, to be fair, the Rohan area is a couple of years younger than the game itself. Now we are just about there. You have found the camp of Asterin's friends. I have, huh? You mean I didn't find it before? Alright, let's see what we got here. You're Rodwin. Ah, you're Kufaron.
I saw the orcs building a barricade. I will bring you there.
Now that these lands are full of orcs and other dangers, Hestel has asked me to find another route through the east wall. We had planned to keep going north, but that does not seem as safe as it would have been if this land were empty. Instead, it is crawling with orcs, and these unnatural swart hounds are not to be trifled with either. Of course you know that. You fought some of them too. There may be another way through the land. There's a canyon to the west that leads into an area of the kingdom of Rohan known as the Sut Cross. From a distance, I saw the orcs working to barricade that pass. I will go there with you, taking you by secret paths that I alone, as a hunter, can find. Then you will defeat some of the orcs at the barricade. That way, if we remain unable to progress north, or at least we will have another option available to us. Hestel is sure to be pleased with that possibility, even if it means going into Rohan. Better the horsemen than more orcs. And it says you will automatically travel to the Sutcroft's barricade. Let me make sure.
Shortly after we arrived in the East Wall, I lost my prized sword to the orcs.
Alright. Shortly after we arrived in the East Wall, I was set upon by orcs and barely escaped with my life. There were perhaps a dozen of the creatures, and though I gave better than I got, there were simply too many. My greatest shame is not that I retreated, but that I lost my sword as I did so. I had borrowed this old thing from Hestel, but it is quite as good as sword as my own, a high-quality blade from Gondor. It is probably in the hands of some orc now. If you could find it and return it to me, I would be indebted to you. I do not even know where to begin such a search, Medriel. There are so many orcs throughout the East Wall, it could be any of them if the orc that took it even remains in this land. Alright, so we'll help her real quick. Of course. It is that far away.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
I think Mansig's encampment is probably a little closer to where we need to be, so we're going to go there. We'll see if we can get this done, and then we'll help Kufaron. Oh yeah, this is much, much closer. So, find Rodwin's sword. Is it here in the camp? Oh, was it that sword we found earlier?
You say you have found the owner of the blade. How do you know?
You recount the tale told to you by Rodwin of her encounter with the Arks and how she left her sword behind. I suppose the blade does belong to her. She does not sound like much of a champion, if you ask for my opinion. One of the Rohirrim would rather die than leave his blade behind. Still grumbling, Wilfrith hands you the sword to return to Rodwin. Okay, so it was the sword we found earlier.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Well, that was easy. That was definitely easy enough. I didn't mind picking that quest up. You know what, I'm thinking about it. How did the bags look? Kind of full, as usual. Unclaimed reward on reward track, I don't care. I've got 5 LOTRO points. Here you go.
You found my sword!
Thank you, Madriel. It's good to hold it once again. Where did you find it? You tell Rodwin the story, and though you keep some of what Wilfred said to yourself, she is still able to piece together the tone of his comments. Was it shameful to leave my sword behind? Perhaps. But if everyone acted as this Rohirrim man insists he would do, there would be fewer Rohirrim in this land, that is certain. There is honor in staying alive, Medriel. A noble death may lead to a multitude of songs, but a hasty retreat may lead to more dead orcs. Your Rohirrim friend might do well to remember that. Thank you for finding my sword. Now she and I have work to do. Alright. Let's go ahead.
I saw the orcs building a barricade. I will bring you there.
Let's go ahead and help Kufaron. Defeat orcs and an orc later. I think we can manage that. Okay, done. That was like no challenge at all. Alright.
I will bring us back to Hestil's camp with my secret hunter knowledge.
Well done, Medriel. Now, if we must, my band can travel west into the Sutcrofts. I know Hestil does not wish to, but there may be no other way. The huge gathering of orcs in the east wall may require us to deal with the horsemen of Rohan instead. I will bring us back to Hestil's camp with my secret hunter knowledge of the best paths and trails to take throughout this land. I think I may remember the way, if you keep your eyes open and help me look for our footprints. What did we get? Enhancement rune, level 50 rare. For now. Now, before we do anything else... No, there do not appear to be any vendors here.
Everyone is happy? That is unusual.
Everyone is happy? That is unusual. But perhaps now they will be focused enough for us to see to the rescue of our guardian.
I suppose we are as ready as we are likely to be.
I suppose we are as prepared as we are likely to be to rescue Droffley, Medriel. Let me know when you are ready to begin, and we can go over the plan. Alright. I think we're as ready as we're going to be.
Everyone is ready? Very well.
Let us rescue Droffley Broadshield. Alright.
I have been in this cage for what seems like days. Are my friends coming to rescue me or not? Should they even bother? They have probably left already.
There is the encampment, Medriel. Do you remember the plan? You and Madel will creep up to the entrance so you can spy on the activities of the Urks within the walls. Once you have determined that things are as we expect them to be, Rodwin and I will drop into the camp from above while Kufaron sows confusion among the Urks with his arrows. I have tasked Ramdir with keeping an eye on Isteron. Our Lord Master has decided that he wants to study the effects of some plants he found on the Urks, and I'm sure Ramdir can keep him from interfering with the plan. It is time, Medriel. May good fortune shine on all of us, and we will have Droffley Broadshield back with us before the moon is any higher in the night sky. Our part of the plan to free Droppley should be easy, Medril. We have to sneak up to the gate and listen to the conversation of the Urks. Listen for anything that would make us need to change our plans. I may not be much of a captain, but I will be the best burglar I could be for my friends. Follow me, and do not let yourself be seen. This way, and stay quiet. Is that so? It's true. Some of the boys think we might not have the right one. What do you mean? The bosses wanted halflings. We got a halfling. Is it a halfling, though? The boys say it's a dwarf. It's half as tall as we are, isn't it? That's a halfling. Are you sure that's what that means? Remdir, what's he doing back here? Where's Isteron? Psst. Remdir, where's Isteron? What? Get him! Glowers. This way for glowers. You save Droppley from his cage, you will rescue Isteron from his own folly. Don't bother, Medril. There's no point in setting me free. It's no use, Medril. My friends are better off without me. I'm no use as a guardian. Look at me, stuck in this cage, depending on someone else to free me. That is not the way of a dwarf. You tell Droppley that his friends are endangered and needs his help. But what can I do? I'm stuck here in a cage. Oh, what can I do? I have to get out of here. My friends need me. Yes. Did you see that? No cage can contain Droppley Broadshield? Ha! I'm ready to fight once more, Medril. I'm a dwarf. I am a guardian, and I am free. Now let us go save my friends. That's all it took. He could have gotten out of there at any time. Fight up the slope of Imonhen to Isteron with Droppley. Take that! Take that! I have hunted much deadlier foe than you. Up the hill, Droppley. Isteron needs your help. Hurry, Droppley. Something terrible awaits at the top. Hopefully it's not Isteron's carcass. Oh, that is something terrible. What's going on here? The glowers work tremendously, Medril. I cannot believe I took Glittershade so much for granted. All they do is glow? Sometimes that's enough. But they can't help us now, can they? Look at this thing. Survive your encounter with the Grim Suthron. Stay back, creature of shadow. I could crush you into paste, foolish one. It would cost you dearly, servant of Sauron. Tell me what I want to know, and I will let you live. One of you stood by the stone seat atop this hill. Tell me who it was, and you will be rewarded. We have nothing to say to you. I will speak. You are wise to obey, dwarf. Disobedient fools. I am Remdir, a warden of Minas Ithil. Your time is ended, creature of shadow. My time. My time is dawning. My master's victory is near at hand. That was a fortunate gambit, Medril. We survived, but I do not dare to call that a triumph. We must leave the East Wall as soon as we can, for the Wraith may return when it recovers from the disappointment of which it spoke. We cannot stay here. Let us hurry back to Parth Galen, Medril. We do not want to be here when our foe returns. Well then, I wasn't expecting to see a Nazgul. Neither were they, apparently.
Thank you very much for your help. Now we can...
There were some close moments, Medril, but Madel's plan worked flawlessly. Well, perhaps not flawlessly, but it did what it was supposed to. Dropfleet is rescued, and now we can resume our journey. Thank you very much for your help, Medril. Now we can... Hestil looks around. Where did Dropfleet go? He was here a moment ago, and Isteron? Isteron, where have you wandered off to now? Hestil sighs. And they are off again. It is not easy leading this company, that is for certain. I wonder if Kulan needs any help running his farm. Oh no, what am I saying? Thank you once again, Medril. They are my friends, but sometimes I think they have more to fear from themselves than they do from orcs. Good fortune upon your journey. My agility, vitality, nope. Agility, vitality, nope. Will, fate, yes.
Thank you very much for your help. Now we can...
Thank you for your help, my friend. Now allow me to give you some advice. If you have thoroughly explored the East Wall, your road now leads elsewhere, as does ours. But where should you go? If you have not already explored the Wold, I have heard there's a town called Langhold in the northernmost reaches just south of the border with the Great River. You could travel there and find work to be done, I do not doubt. Or if you have already explored the Wold, you might journey next to the Norcross. There is a town called Effengels, nestled in the hills in the southeast of that region. Go next to one of these cities, if you have no further business in the East Wall. We will see you again when next we see you, Medril. Wow, we've finished. We've actually finished this area. Oh my god.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Alright, back to Mansig. And first off, we're gonna empty our bags. Because holy smokes. And I'm going to see about equipping that new earring. I have to admit, that last little bit of questing was rather fun. And quite a bit easier than I was expecting. Alright. Vendor, 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 I need a vendor. Oh, here's some vendors, thank you, bless you.
You have need of our assistance.
I have need of you to help me empty my bags. That's what I have need of, okay? Can you do that? Yes, you can. You are awesome. You're the most awesome of awesome. But we didn't come here just to dally with the vendor. We came here to talk to this guy, because now that we're done at the East Wall...
Some of my men are returning to the Wold.
We can
You're
take
welcome
this quest.
to go with them.
The four of you will need war steeds if you are to have any hope of making good time on the plains of Rohan. Some of my men are returning to the Wold. You're welcome to go with them. If you like, help my people at Langhold and Harwick, and you can have the war steeds you need. You will automatically travel to Langhold in the Wold. Well, we've been there.
If we are to cross the plains of Rohan with any speed, we will need war steeds of our own.
And we should log in. You look around Langhold and wonder when you will next see Hestil and her friends.
You have need of war steeds. Perhaps I can help you. You will need war steeds for yourself and your companions.
We face difficult times, not just in Langhold, but throughout all the Wold as well. The Eden King has left those of us in the Wold without much support. I do not blame him. Rumor tells of great armies marshalling in the west, and we are spread too thin over too wide an area. If you desire to travel across the kingdom of Rohan, you will need war steeds for yourself and your companions. There are two things you will need to accomplish in order to obtain the privilege of such steeds. First, help in the support of Langhold. Once the city has been made safe, travel south along the road to Harwick, and you will be instructed in the skill necessary to safely and swiftly ride a war steed. I mean, we've kind of already done all this, but... it says talk to Horn, Nona, and Korodon. I feel like they're already in Harwick. Because, well, there's our war steed. And there they are.
These steeds are of good breeding and should serve us well.
It is good of Elder Harding to provide these horse steeds to us. When I was last in these lands, he was a man of short temper and did not believe the king was strong enough to protect Rohan from what threatened her. I cannot imagine he has changed, but it is good to see he is making Harwick ready for whatever may come. These steeds are of good breeding and should serve us well. Nona has not lived her life among horses, but still she has done very well to pick it up in short order. War steeds are different from the horses she may have had occasion to ride in the past, and she has adjusted well. Corydon, too, is already at home on the back of his steed. We will make good time over the plains. Corydon?
The horses of Rohan are renowned for their loyalty, strength, and speed.
The horses of Rohan are renowned for their loyalty, strength, and speed, and it seems to my eye that these steeds they have given us are no exception. If the steeds of the others are satisfactory as well, one of the men have here requested our aid. Speak to Inston, southeast of here, by the exit from Harwick. Nona?
My people do not often fight from horseback.
My people do not fight from horseback, so this has not been an easy adjustment for me. Still, I would rather fight on foot and let my enemies charge towards me at their peril. But I understand we have a need for the speed of hooves if we are to find your friends, and for that I will put up with it. I hope I do not shame myself in front of our companions with my poor riding. Horn rides as if he were born in the saddle, and Corydon has the natural grace of his people. I feel like an auroch up here. Oh, Nona, you don't look like one, dear. Okay? You'll be just fine. She is a brave and courageous girl, but when it comes to unfamiliar things, she's not so brave or courageous. I was like, what? Why are these guys? Oh, and I was like, oh, I remember. I remember why. We'll find out later. So this is the person we need to talk to here.
Floodwind has sent urgent messages calling for our aid.
All of us must band together if we are to survive the encroaching dangers, but there are so few of us fighting men available, and now Floodwind has sent urgent messages calling for our aid. Mansig and most of his men are still away investigating the east wall. If he were here, I know he would ride at once in defense of Floodwind, but he is not. Can you ride these new war steeds of yours with any skill?
If Floodwind falls, Harwick could be next.
The road leaves Harwick and runs southeast until it reaches Floodwind. The land becomes rockier the further south you go, so your steeds will need to be sure of foot to make it there safely. Stick to the road if you can. I do not know what threat has so worried the Raven Master of Floodwind, but it was grave enough for him to send 3 birds with a plea for help. He may have sent more. I do not know him personally. He could be excitable by nature, or the keep at Floodwind could be in worse peril than ever before. Go with haste to help. We have no men to spare, and if Floodwind falls, Harwick could be next. And with that, we begin the quest in Rohan. Until next time, bye for now.